So things got off to a solid start. But after several weeks, you and Tommy had rotated quite a bit, reminiscent of Michigan when Tom Brady and Drew Henson split snaps. That had to be frustrating for you both.
Some huge
Wake up.
news to get to, and none more intriguing.
What are these dishes doing at my feet?
Because it's time for you to start cleaning up your crap. These dishes have been lying in the sink for almost 2 weeks. I mean, look at this place. It's a disaster. You're leaving everything laying around. It's ridiculous.
Who crawled up your butt and died?
You.
Gross.
Hey, get up, man. I want to watch some TV. You've been laying out here all morning.
What's got you two all riled up?
Just turn up the volume, would you?
Dynamic duo to a sudden two-headed monster, and boy, this is an ugly one.
Hey, I thought I played pretty good out there.
This team still has not found its identity, and I know that Coach O'Brien claims that his two-quarterback system is matchup-based, but I gotta tell you, it sure looks like he still doesn't have a clue what's going on. As Coach Madden famously once said, if you've got two quarterbacks, you've got none. And right now, I gotta tell you, man, Coach O'Brien's indecisiveness with the most
That would make the situation worse. I mean, the team plays better when I'm on the field. Everybody knows that.
If I could just get into a rhythm, I'd be fine. Last thing I need is to be worrying about you breathing down my neck if I make one mistake.
Well, you better believe it that I'll be there when you do.
Okay. Guys.
I don't know what made you follow me here and try to win back your old position. I mean, you could have just kept the Heartbreak Kids going, or you could have went your own route team, but you decided to what? Come here and punish me? Is that it?
What are you talking about? You're the one who showed up and stole what was mine in the first place, okay? I'm supposed to be Batman, you're Robin.
This whole thing again. Are you dumb? I didn't take anything from you. Your body took it from you. Look, Tommy, I'm sorry.
No. I'm just gonna leave.
I don't know what his problem is.
You gotta go talk to him, man. Go clear the air.
He's the one with the problem. Look, if he wants to talk, he can come find me.
Jumping fiddles.
AT&T Stadium on this beautiful Saturday in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. The top travel destination this week for alumni of these two storied football powerhouses, and the site of the first of our college football playoff semifinals. As we'll see the Texas Longhorns taking on the Clemson Tigers. To play for a national championship next Monday night in Santa Clara. We are underway from Arlington in the national playoff semifinal. The ball on the tee. We're set for football. And this one is underway here on EA Sports. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Longhorns come up 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Warner. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 46. That's kind of a double whammy. I mean, the interception on the opening drive, that's one thing, but to give him this field position, that's another.
Absolutely perfect start for this defense. They take the ball away on the opening possession. They know that their offense offense will get the ball to start the second half. They line them up in field goal position, and to me, they got a chance for a touchdown right here out of the gate.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
And it is caught. Touchdown, Clemson. 14-yard touchdown. And Clemson has taken the early lead.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
Just drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone, and it'll come. Not attempt to return.
25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
A little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off and not the ha-ha. That was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
First and 10.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. They're going to get about 3 here out of this first down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7.
At the 42-yard line.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that field like, okay, I can stand up. The going gets tough in here.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Corner from. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Intended for number 11.
So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. Pin them back. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
You know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. Means they get out to a fast pace, making the other team chase now.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And hauled in here by Rivera. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. This is caught inside the 15. And he's able to get this way down deep into enemy territory. Here's 1st and goal, Clemson. Pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
His pass caught with the 4. And he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. From 6 yards away. And Clemson tacks on to their lead. Well, we discussed how important it was going to be for this quarterback to get off to a hot start. Well, he has done that. 2 first-quarter touchdown passes. But point after, right down the middle. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. This will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
About set for their next drive. The Texas offense at the line. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it on the first drive.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points.
So they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. And open down the middle of the field. And he'll be brought down right around the 36. 7. That one a first down pickup of 8. Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. Out of the gun, here's Warner. He's got Fuller. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Fuller. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and...
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it here with Pierce. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
The tackle made.
I haven't been a defensive coordinator yet that thinks 2nd and 2 is a fun situation to try and defend. Playbook is wide open for an offense, partner.
Nice job. Hold him to 1 after that 8-yard pickup on first down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
It's 4th down.
The punter for Texas out on the field as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. They begin with Henry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
14. Longhorns, nothing.
On 2nd down, Jewell. And he powers his way up past the 30.
Jewell, the ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
And he will not get there as they stop the 34-yard line.
Now that was a big-time play by the defense. They as well knew where the first down line was, and they didn't let them get anywhere near it.
And look at this, it's a fake. And this is caught. And the fake will work. He's going to have a first down. Sideline, it's a first down as they wind up getting 11 on the fake punt. They'll look to throw here on first down. And this is Simpson with a catch. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there to get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught, and he will score. Touchdown, Clemson. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they had scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Nothing.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. And this, you'd hate to say that a drive in the first half must end in points, but you're down 21-0. They're going to have to get something going fairly quickly.
I would agree totally with that because if you're going to mount the comeback, it's going to have to come in bits and pieces. It doesn't just all come at one time, right? We haven't seen anything more than a 6-point touchdown ever in this game, right? So that's how it has to be done. Get points on the board now, start your comeback, but you're exactly right. Let's get it going right here in this spot.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
To throw on 2nd down, Warner. Oh, he got possession on him, and he pulls it in. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. The Longhorns come up 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Warner. And his throw here is incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So 2nd down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Warner forced out to his left. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem scrambling for 22 and a first. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Martin. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. This complete to Martin. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's
a gain of 9.
And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout call, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Here's Warner. They set up the screen to Martin. And he is going to lose yardage here. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, how about that reaction there from a defensive end? Able to recognize the screen pass trying to happen. Broke off his pass rush, and then get back to tackle the running back. That's a very athletic and intelligent play. Reminds me of you working out and seeing that the treadmill's open and getting there before anyone else.
See, I know you're just patronizing me right now. Everybody knows at home that is nothing but a shot at me, and I'll take it, absorb it, and we'll move on. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals, because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
45-yard line.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he'll hit his tight end, Walker. Clemson fans right now saying, Tommy who? Because it has been all Tigers here as we reach halftime at Arlington.
Longhorns 3.
The winner goes on, the loser goes home as we start the second half of this semifinal matchup. This will be fielded inside the 5. A big seam, and he might go all the way. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. And you've used the phrase with me before, pressing the kicking game. What exactly does that mean? Because they did it there.
It means focusing on it, all aspects of it, because it's the third part of the game. Offense, defense, special teams. If you press the kicking game, create an advantage, make a big play, it often leads to victory.
Extra point right down the middle. And they open the lead up now to 25. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And this will make it into the end zone. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Just a yard to go here on second down.
At the 15-yard line.
Second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Incomplete in the end
A lot of
zone.
times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone, space is at a premium for receivers to try and operate and shake themselves free. That one's incomplete.
This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Quickly here, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on fourth down to bring up first and goal. Here's first and goal, Clemson. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. So they still get the completion even though the blitz was on. But the blitz got there. Does that stay in the mind of the quarterback the next couple plays?
That's what you're hoping for. That's what you're planning for. It's a little risk reward, right? You're leaving your guys on an island back there, man.
And he will take this in for a out. And his guys capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6.
And we know they won't get their names in the stat sheet, but the offensive run. Tremendous job of blocking, paving the way for the 6 points.
So after the touchdown, this way. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will
25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
He'll run it. And some room to maneuver. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Here's a 1st and 10, Texas. A give to Martin here, out of the gun. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On second down, Warner. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Warner, and that's complete. It's Green here. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. And Charles, look, I mean, coming into this one, you and I, we didn't know what to expect. This could have certainly been a disaster, nothing short of it. But this young man under center, he has certainly risen to the occasion.
He certainly has, and we certainly prepared in case it was the disaster that maybe it could have been. But there's no question, he's been the star of the show. But while we say that, let's make sure we remember the rest of the team, the supporting guys, because otherwise we'll have a lot of mamas upset with us if we don't mention them, and they have played awfully well in addition.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space.
A 2nd and 11 from the 19. They'll look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
Certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. The 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will finally be taken out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Here's 1st and goal, Clemson, and that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports, and this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter of and he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Jackson Henry, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Nice job of polishing off that drive, but all the credit there goes to that play prior.
Yeah, it certainly does, because after that big play, I think resistance almost felt futile at that point, didn't it? And the very next play, they come right back, quick, fast, and in a hurry, and put it in the end zone.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Now a 2nd down and 6. From the gun, Warner. Incomplete.
Warner's pass intended for number 8.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Warner. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Roughing the passer, defense.
Maybe a frustration penalty there because he's picked them apart.
They've tried their best to get to him and haven't done it successfully. A penalty as a result of that hit there.
Now a first down throw. Warner. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. The Longhorns come up 1st and 10. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20.
He's brought down at the 20-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
To throw on 3rd down. Warner. And that is incomplete.
Intended for number 30.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt.
35-yard attempt.
And his kick here is good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about.
Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Following the penalty, Martin. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play.
Here's 2nd and 9.
2nd and goal at the 9-yard line.
They try again with Martin. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. From the gun, a give to Martin. And he is in. Touchdown, Longhorns. A 9-yard touchdown run. And his guys are able to get a score back.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in this lead. And unfortunately, I'm having too many flashbacks right now. I remember getting beat down like this playing before.
Oh, yeah? College, high school?
College, not a heck of a lot of fun. I still remember playing and trying to tackle an elusive tailback who ended up scoring 4 touchdowns, 226 yards. He scored so many times and had so many great runs. I knew every note to their school's fight song.
Bet that ice bath felt extra cold afterwards, too.
Oh, no, there was no ice bath. You're just trying to get out of there before the reporters got to you.
The Tiger offense ready to get after it one more time. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. On 1st down, Jewell. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. A 16-yard touchdown run. And this offense is running away with this one. He keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now. No question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns has got him in the lead. So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
Their own 25-yard line.
The Longhorns come up here to begin their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field.
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off around the 37. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
A gain of 18 there. And that'll be good enough for the first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 5, here's second and 2. A shotgun handoff to Henry. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a first and goal.
I've got an idea. Let's get racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be given a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key. And he will take this in for a Clemson touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And this offense continues to pour it on.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
So after the touchdown, Clemson back out there to kick this thing away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
About set for their next drive, the Texas offense at the line. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better, and try and execute that on the way out the door, and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if and he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
So on the strength of 3 touchdown passes from their junior quarterback, the Clemson Tigers are moving on to play for a national championship.